Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the really fascinating connection between mindset, successfulness in life, as well as weight loss. I really want to talk about how our thoughts, mindsets, and attitudes towards life can really impact our goals and our view of ourselves. So if you're ready to not just change your mindset about your body and your fitness and your goals like that, but also just in general the quality of life you have, please make sure you listen to this entire video because I am taking everything I have learned and that I have learned from others into this video to help you. This is the pep talk you honestly didn't know you needed until you saw this video. Let's start by really thinking about what mindset truly means. Mindset encompasses our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, which can positively or negatively influence our perception of the world and how we handle challenges. A positive mindset can foster better relationships, quality of life, as well as reduce your stress. Whereas a negative one can be very limiting and difficult, not just on your body, but on your mind. And if it's negative on your mind, imagine how that comes out in your choices and your goals and the steps you take to achieve these goals. We are our own harshest critics. We set the boundaries upon ourselves. If you think you can't achieve something, I guarantee you, you won't. If you think you can't get up off the couch and get up and do some activity, you can't lose weight, you won't lose weight. The moment you decide enough is enough, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to be financially free, I'm going to achieve X, Y, and Z in your life, that is when you see a difference, and that is when you know you're making a change in your mindset. Mindset is so powerful, and the way you think, the way you perceive your ability to achieve something, overcome something, that is key in doing something you want to do. Someone like Bill Gates or Elon Musk, people who decided school wasn't for them or they started their own companies, I assure you people laughed at them in the beginning, but they set their minds to it and they knew that they could. So what did they do? They achieved it. Since this channel is predominantly about weight loss and your weight loss journey, I wanted to kind of bring mindset to that point. Positive thinking can be a game changer when it comes to weight loss. Positive affirmations, mindsets, and goal setting, and thinking of steps you can take to achieve your goal is how you're going to lose that weight and keep it off. You have to decide, I am done being stuck in a body that I don't think represents the true me. I want to lose weight. I want to feel better. I want to do better. And so what am I going to do to get there? That is the moment you are going to see progress. Positive thinking includes positive affirmations. Surround yourself by the right community, as well as proper visualization, making vision boards, or even writing down in the comments what your goal is. That is a great start to positive mindset. But on the flip side, negative mindset can be very difficult and make it hard for you to want to achieve what you want to do. When we constantly berate ourselves and doubt our abilities, we set ourselves up for failure. Identifying and challenging these negative thoughts is crucial for achieving any goal you have in life. Bringing it back to the topic of this channel, when you think you can't achieve something, you become more prone to something called emotional eating. That's when you are overeating and you're eating things that you normally wouldn't. And what that does is lead to feelings of guilt and anger and shame, and that feeds back into this cycle. You're stuck in this cycle and you're never going to break it to lose that weight. But there is a way to break it, and many people just don't want to think about it that way. How do you break that cycle? It's a positive mindset. That positive mindset and that outwards thinking, how can I get out of this cycle, out of this box? How do I get from point A to point B? You have to think about this and think about the steps to get there. That is called a growth mindset, a positive mindset. That is how you break out of the negative. Positive thinking and intrinsic drive. The drive has to come from you within yourself. That is going to set you up for success, not just with weight loss, but anything in life. Financial freedom, your ability to find a partner, anything in life. But as with anything in life, specifically weight loss, it isn't always smooth sailing. There are going to be setbacks, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I failed at this, but how can I come back and do it better? Now that I've learned this, don't do X, Y, and Z. How can I do A, B, C to get to it and get better results? Developing a growth mindset is when we see these setbacks, these failures, as lessons to be learned, as opposed to something shutting us down permanently. If you think that you want to run a marathon, and so you attempt it the first time, but you do not finish, don't think of it as I'm not a runner, I'm not made for it. That's going to make sure that you never complete that marathon. But what you do instead is you think, okay, I wasn't ready this time around, but I know when my next marathon attempt is going to be, so I'm going to try even harder. I'm going to train every day. Change your training schedule, adjust it to make it easier to get to point B. There have been so many studies about how journaling and vision boards can be positive for developing a growth mindset. If you're interested about reading these studies from journals that have been studying all of this, I can link them below. And honestly, when I read them, it was really a game changer. That is when I took the first step in thinking, okay, I've been thinking about this all wrong. Develop a growth mindset, positive mindset. I need to want it for myself. No one is going to tell me to do it. And I need to surround myself by people who are either in the process of accomplishing the same goal or have already accomplished that goal. That is what's going to get me out of there. And honestly, I think the best way to start off is by joining a community, specifically one that you can find with this channel, and comment below your goal. I don't care if it's a short-term goal or a long-term goal, if it's having to do with weight loss or financial freedom, or anything in life. Comment it below and take the first step. The moment you decide, oh, I don't have time right now, I can set it off for Sunday or Monday, when it's the start of a week, when it's starting something fresh. That is when you're setting yourself up for procrastination. When you don't allow yourself to procrastinate and you think, now is the time to get that goal done, that is when you're going to see progress. It's important to also talk about the role of stress in your life. Stress can significantly impact our mental health as well as our physical. Stress first impacts mental. It makes you nervous, anxious, overthinking, and then eventually these feelings become so overwhelming that you feel like you can't even get out of bed, and that then affects your physical health. It's important to know how to combat stress. A little bit of stress is good. It's going to get you out of bed and make you do these things, but too much is going to overwhelm you and you're not going to be able to get anything done and get set up for chronic failure. Incorporating stress-reducing activities like meditation, yoga, journaling is all going to help you with this chronic stress and therefore allow you to get from point A to point B in anything in life. Now, everything I've said is super true, but you also have to keep your goals realistic. It's not impossible to go from pauper to prince in terms of financial freedom or to go from skinny or overweight to being fit. But you have to stay realistic about it. Set a realistic timeline or set a realistic goal. If your body type is maybe larger, if you're taller, but your ideal goal is maybe a 5-foot petite person, that's not going to happen. You have to keep in mind your personal attributes and then apply that to your goal. So make sure you stay realistic about it, because if you're not realistic, you're going to set yourself up for failure. Even though you're making progress, you're never going to be satisfied with those results because what you set up as your goal is not realistic. I want to go back to what I said earlier about setting up a support system. A support system is so crucial. When you surround yourself by people who are happy with what they're doing in life, they're happy staying static where they are, working a 9 to 5, or maybe just staying in school and going for that degree, but what you want is maybe something more. When you associate yourself with these people, and there's nothing wrong with wanting that kind of life. Some people prefer the safety. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you want more than that, if you want to lose weight, if you want to be financially free, you want a more stable life, you need to surround yourself by people who have the same mindset, the same growth approach, the same goal-setting techniques in order to make you achieve this. When you set yourself with one group of people, you adopt their mindset. So who you surround yourself is so important. Networking is a great way to get out of that cycle. And as with anything, you also have to celebrate the small victories. Think about it in terms of weight loss. Celebrate the small victories that come from outside of stepping on the scale. Maybe it's something like having more energy or having a better mood. Maybe even fitting into an old pair of pants that you have. I know when I was able to do that, fit into an older pair of jeans that I had, I felt so good. And while maybe the number on the scale wasn't as low as I wanted it to be, I felt so accomplished when that happened. And that can be applied to anything in life. Let's say you want to be financially free and you want to get into stocks and you lose maybe $1,000 on a stock because you didn't invest it properly. Maybe you're doing short term as opposed to long term. I'm not 100% sure how stocks work, but you can think of this setback as something to learn from. The moment you learn, oh, this kind of stock isn't right for what I want to be accomplishing, but this one is, that's a small victory. You've learned something new. You learned about yourself and what your boundaries are. And so all in all, it's very important to remember your mindset can be the driving force between your quality of life and weight loss success. Cultivate a positive mindset, challenge the negative, and really think about what you want out of your life, out of your weight loss journey. What do you want? How can you get from point A to point B? It isn't just two distinct steps. It's a staircase. And how do you get from each step to the next in order to get to that point B? With the right mindset, you will discover you are so much more capable of what you ever thought you could be. And honestly, I believe in every single one of you. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be making this video. And so if you did find what I had to say helpful and you want to see more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I definitely want to hear about everyone's journeys and how they're doing better for themselves, because I want this to be not just a channel, but a community. I want to see everyone doing better for themselves, better in life, and feeling good. That is my goal.